Welcome back, everyone. Joe here. It's Monday morning. It's 32 degrees. Before we get started today, just let give you an overview of what we're going to get going on, what we have going on. Today we're going to just do a quick review on these boots. These are Magellan boots. I have them about I've had them now for about 3 or 4 months. Been wearing them almost every single day for what we do. I've never actually owned boots that look like this or have that kind of square front. They're almost like a cowboy boot. I didn't buy them for that. I bought them because they say that they're snake proof. What I've had for the last several years, and this is my third pair, are these. Sorry if they're a little beat up looking, but I do use them. These are my Merrell. They have been a great pair of boots. This is, like I said, my third pair. These are about 1.5 years, 2 years old. I used to wear them all the time. My only gripe that I have that seems to be constant and occurring with these boots is that they smell. Like between my other boots, sneakers, I've never had this issue ever in my life. This is, like I said, my third pair, and it seems like it is something that once there is any kind of moisture or any kind of water gets in, the boot is done. There's no saving it. And these ones, I stopped wearing a few months ago. Once I purchased these from Academy. I'm going to switch the camera around. If you look on the inside here, let me see if I can focus in on there. They say moisture wicking, and the other side says antimicrobial. So it's almost impossible for these to really smell. I'm sure they can smell, but I wear these boots down when I'm doing the goats, when I'm walking through, if I got to go through the creek, if I got to clean anything out. And I put them through pretty hard tests here for what I do, more than I have done with these Merrells, and it seems like I haven't had any issues with them. And it seems the more I wear them, the more comfortable they become. So I'm going to kind of give these Merrells a last shot here today, do a few things around with the goats. I got to let them out and go from there. But I think it's going to be probably the last time I'm wearing these. I'm going to toss them out. These are I believe they're pronounced Magellan, and they are waterproof. It is spelled Magellan. I'm going with Magellan. Megellan. Yeah, I'm going with that. Maybe not. That's going to be my all-the-time boot, especially down here. And when it starts to warm up in the springtime, summertime, I don't have to worry about snakes or anything like that. I can just kind of walk through and not watch where I'm going as carefully as I normally would do. So stick around. I'm gonna go get the goats all set up. And so this is our water set up here. We just turn it on like everyone else does. This house is on a well. We run this hose out every day, especially when it's super frosty. It likes to freeze up on us. Right down in here. Let it run in the creek. Let the boys out, then I'll fill up the wheelbarrow. Let them run around. Probably gonna pull the game camera, see if we got anything walking around. We had a pretty nice frost last night into this morning. I got some cobbed corn out there and some cracked corn. Oh, what's up, man? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Watch your feet. Let me just pull this out. It's not frozen. Hasn't been frozen yet. I guess between it being kind of with the water, with this rubber water container being semi-submerged, it hasn't frozen up yet. And last night it went down to 28 degrees. Let me let this little guy out. He likes going out this door. Come on, bud. Come on. So me and a few buddies were out yesterday. 7:15 had a nice little spike come cruising along. Looks like we're entering the second rut. We're not fully there yet. They'll probably just end up going up there. Guys, they listen great. It's about their morning routine. They go up there. There's a bunch of clover and awnless oats that are planted. This is all cereal grain rye. If you're new to the channel, I went ahead and I cleared this all out. My uncle, my dad, and I, Harry, we all cleared this out. As you see, some of these tree stumps are still high up. I actually after February, I'm gonna come in here and cut them level to the ground so that hopefully this year I can actually brush hog back here. I left these trees half cut here along the side because I figure I'm probably gonna pen this in for right now the goats. I think somewhere down the line my parents would like to get a horse or two, rescue a horse or two, and or a rescue donkey. Not really sure what they want to do. This cluster of trees here is the next set of trees I would like to take down. This set here, these trees here. This is where I have my game cam, or one of them. I'm gonna be switching over to cell cams, looking over this little portion of the plot. These pants, I'll put a link. I got them at Costco. I bought about 12 pairs of them so far. I think they're called the Weatherproof, vintage Weatherproof. They're only like $12, $15. They're kind of elastic almost, or they're stretchy. They're super comfortable. They're waterproof. Nice work pant that I've had. I switched over from a few other brands that I have liked in the past years, but for what I do now, I don't really need to go crazy buying $40, $50 pairs of work jeans. Figure while I'm here, I'll take you guys up top where they are. What I will give with these Merrells is they do have great grip on the bottom. They have a pretty aggressive tread on the bottom of the sole, where those Magellan, they're kind of flat, slick almost. You get where you're going, but I have slipped several times where these, it's like four-wheel drive all the time. They come in here, bounce around, eat some stuff. This is one of the other top plots. I had to move this tree stand. Actually, I had to go buy this tree stand because that one right there got smacked by this tree. When that tree broke apart, it sent the top half in crushing. Thank God no one was on it. It's not worth trying to fix. Just left it there. Pop this one up. Put a new one up. And this is basically where they hang out until I start making enough noise, or my mom's making enough noise where they want to come down. But they do this 2-3 times a day. Oh yeah, here we go. What I was about to say is we've been looking into that Premier One goat, sheep, small animals. I'm not sure what they call it. Looked at it a few times. Most likely gonna end up putting it down in this bottom. So every day or two we'll move it, and then that they can come out of their pen a few hours a day, graze. I don't know if goats graze, but we'll move this hay feeder, put it over there, and let them just hang out outside of their pen for a little while and not have to worry too much about wild animals, the coyotes, disturbing them or getting to them or bothering them. So enough of talking. In these cold frosty mornings, like I said, we just go ahead, fill up the wheelbarrow, bring down the water, fill up their water containers. That's normally the hose we have ran, but when that's frozen solid, you have to wait till about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the afternoon to bring them down. Fresh water, when that will thaw out, and that's not what we're doing. It's just easier. We drain this hose out that's hooked up right to the house spigot, like I said earlier. We'll fill it up here, and then around 11, 12 o'clock, when that does thaw out on the cold days, we dump all the water out that we put here, and we fill them up again, and then we'll do it again at night. So we change their water out. I say we, but in the mornings when I'm here working, sometimes in the afternoons if I'm not too busy, I'll help out. But it's basically my mom. She'll come down 2-3 times a day, change their water out, and let them out, let them run around, let them do what they do. And they do a lot of that, running back and forth. And then my mom got them a few pumpkins, as you see, wearing her Magellan boots because she says they're super comfortable. She's actually the one that got me onto them. Watch your feet. See if I could pretend like this is a GoPro, like the professional guys do it. Give you guys a view here. If it's shaky, well, it's not a GoPro. Did it break? Yep. That's basically what my morning looks like. Leave you guys here for some morning joy. It's going. Pumpkin smells good. This little guy, Troy, he loves his water. Every morning, drinks fresh water. I didn't grab any of the grain or feed. So what I'll do is, my mom has a list of what feed she puts together. She makes it into a bucket. It's a bunch of what is it, 3 or 4 different things?
Beet, Timothy Pellets. It's 4, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so four different types of food. That's it's a pound of this, pound of that, whatever it is. We put into this pail here. I believe that's a 25-pound pail, and we mix it all together, and that's what their feed is. They get it 2 times a day. Sometimes a treat. They'll get half of it throughout the middle of the day. And I'll type it up, put it in the description if everyone's interested in what it is. It's all purchased at Tractor Supply. All the feed. It's and it'll last quite a while. He's behind you.
That's okay.
So they're eating out of the bottom half of that Tarter Dura small animal hay feeder, which they have no issues getting used to. The bottom part, the loss of hay, has been, how would you say, would you think a lot less loss of hay? Yeah, so even my mom's saying the amount of hay loss has been next to none. A lot of this is all from the little pen that we built. We get pulled out and we'll spread it along here to help with a seed base. So listening to Josh from Stony Ridge Farmer, he has his Greg Judy bale unroller, and he'll unroll the bales of hay along his massive pastures. I think he says he has 150 acres in North Carolina. So he'll roll it out to help regeneratively grow the pastures out without much seed fertilizer. If you hop over to his channel, he'll explain a lot better than what I have. But that's just something we're trying to implement. That's why you see there's areas where we're starting to throw out whatever hay we have, and we'll start from that end and start working our way here. And then in the springtime, we'll go ahead and throw down another 100 pounds of pasture seed mix. This wasn't anything. This was all leaves. It looked like that up here with how much leaf debris, and it was just years and years and forever long. I don't even know how long it looked like that. So there was no real grass established down here or any kind of pasture. Before we head out, watching Pete from Just a Few Acres, and he says that he keeps the bedding area down, lets it grow up, because I didn't know this, is that when it's breaking down and it's fermenting, it actually creates a heat, and that's why they actually lay down and bed in this. So right now we're about 3 to 4 inches high in the actual bedding area. My mom and I were just talking, we're probably going to go ahead and flip this table over and start packing that with some bedding material. The little guys can't really reach that too well, but that was the only area I could really get that hay feeder attached to. So I might run another 2x4 across, make it lower especially for the winter time. Probably take that bottom piece out, if not flip that over too and fill that with bedding, so that during the colder nights that we have here in North Carolina, that they'll be able to have some place to lay down and bed down. It seems like they're really not using that table much anymore. On the colder nights, they're definitely on the floor, so we're probably just gonna go ahead and swing that around. It's a learning process. We've never had goats or any kind of farm animals, but they're definitely comfortable all the time, so that's a plus. So like always, thank you guys very much for hanging out, watching these videos. As per the boots, I gave my Merrells, let me try to lift my leg up here. I gave my Merrells, worked out legs today, so a little tight. Gave the Merrells a last kind of go around. I'm not going to throw them out because they were an expensive boot. It's just their moisture inside. They start to smell a little bit, so I'm not a big fan of the smelling here. So I'll just retire them, keep them in my garage, and if I need them when I'm walking my dogs, I'll have them. Other than that, I'm going to just switch over to full-time and for the Magellans, I have them as my all-around boot. They're just very comfortable, and I mean, it's definitely a plus being a snake boot. So if you guys don't mind, hit that subscribe button if you like what we got going on here. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, and I hope you all enjoy your Monday.